last video I filmed, I was like, I should make a video about that channel conceptualization. So I guess I'll maybe call this. So I've been trying to think through how to go about this, and I couldn't come up with a way, so I'm just going to talk, and I'm probably going to forget a lot of stuff or leave a lot of stuff out. But I was just like, this is trying to think through this video isn't working, so I'm just going to talk. So let's see, YouTube came out when I was in middle school. I was in a web design class, not at the time, but around like within a year of YouTube debuting. I used it to find music videos, stuff. I was really into music, and so then in 2005-ish, it would have been 2005, 2006, something like that. I was in a web design class, which is like we're coding in HTML, like kind of thing. If you want to call it coding, I know other languages too. And I learned those later. Point being, I'm digressing. The question of like, with YouTube's debut and being in a community member who found YouTube like very soon after it was released. So like a lot of music artists kind of like 2008 started uploading stuff to YouTube, but it didn't catch fire everywhere right away. I know I was the one searching for like music videos on YouTube and stuff like that. So I was in a place where it I was aware of it kind of becoming a thing. And one of the things that it was like, the first question is like, well, would you have a YouTube account? Like, and it was a question for kind of everybody, because anybody can sign up and make a YouTube account. And I think the answer for everybody, oddly enough, was always yes, with a catch. Or a condition maybe, is yes, but I don't want the comments. Because I was in middle school, so you know, like pre-teens to early teenage years, like so much cyberbullying occurs and stuff like that. I was just kind of like, well, if I didn't have it's not the hate, it's the like abusive is maybe the right kind of terminology. Abusive comments, it'd be great. Like I enjoy constructive criticism and stuff like that, and feedback, be it I don't usually so it was just kind of everybody had a yes with the condition. And then fast forward and YouTube catches fire kind of socially, and more people become aware of it, which is a very weird thing. I'm not usually on the cutting edge of things. I was for Yelp and YouTube, and I was aware of Google kind of as it broke through, whereas some people just didn't really pay attention. I did not find Google when it broke through, but I was aware of it breaking through kind of thing. And I've talked about this a bit in the past, but like I've always liked to loved YouTube, and there was this like yes but kind of at the beginning, so that didn't ever go away. I think there's I need to be able to make videos. That wasn't ever a problem. We had not cheap little cameras, but like we had some cameras, film cameras back then, and then eventually digital cameras and combined digital like film cameras, and we had like family video recorders, so like I'd help video record or watch my dad video record my sister's dance recital. I didn't do dance, like at least not in recital level of performance, but they would film like my swim meets and stuff. So, and I liked to take videos, but I was like more of like of the pets, you know, kind of thing, or random things. And so, and then when I was 10 years old, our school, so my elementary school, so pictures and video taking, and like I wrote my first book of poems when I was 9. So writing, photography, videography, like it all went together for me from a like single digit age, we'll say. And then when I was 10, so the elementary school I went to had a video production, kids news, And it was, if I'm recalling correctly, it was like every week or every other week, but I think it was every week. And if you were in a certain class, the class, everybody had to be involved and had to put on the video production and the newscast. And so I was in the class that had to do the newscast, and I was just like, I don't want to be on TV. Like, I don't, which is really good because like not everybody wanted to be on TV, but yeah, it's America. Like, a lot of people wanted to be on the facing camera side of things, and I was like, just no. And so I did the soundboard. I had a partner for that, and I did transitions. So I was on behind the scenes. Fast forward to now, and I don't do either of those things for my videos. So, and I did that for a year. So it was not video production, it was a newscast that we put on as a class for the entire school, and did that for a year. And I like the behind the scenes thing, and I can take videos. I got that on my own. And so that's kind of like my, and that was 10 years old. So by the time I'm 10 years old, I have, or by the end of my 10th year of being alive, I have a year of experience with helping out with the production of a newscast to a school-wide level. And I have photography, videography, and kind of writing experience on producing things. And so, in filming things, just like so I'm familiar by that age. Kind of, I would say coding is not necessary to be on YouTube, but if, by the time I was 13, I had some coding background and an instructional sense, which I think is very important when it comes to platforms like YouTube, because a lot of I taught myself how to code kind of stuff, comes into play where some of those people can be very much like, I don't want to follow the rules. The consequences for not following the rules with video production and stuff is like that is legal issues down the road potentially. So I am drawing on coding experience in an instructional sense because it shows a person is capable of following rules and knows how to follow them to, like, I got an A in the class, which was actually a really difficult class to get an A in, but it showed, for me, I chose to focus on it because I was like, I want to know the rules and follow that. I don't want, something bad to happen because I'm just like, I don't want to do it like that. That's not my style. And I've developed my coding. I'm a mathematician. I have a degree in mathematics. I have a minor in mathematics. I have a degree in geology and geophysics. I pursued coursework in aeronautical and astronautical engineering and environmental science and resource management. So I'm science, technology, engineering, mathematics is kind of ingrained in my upbringing. My dad worked for Boeing, so the talk of the household was aerospace and airplane construction and stuff like that growing up. He was a model maker for a number of years and then helped on strategic planning for the company Boeing. And later on. And my grandma taught, I think it was even before the 1950s, she was a tech teacher, so she's gone through all of the technology revolutions that have happened since the 1950s and before. She has been a technology teacher, so she's had to teach people how to use that technology. So the pool of intergenerational knowledge in my family is very deep and spans multiple sectors of technology. And so this all kind of comes into play into the decision making of, I said back when I was 13 or 14 years old, like, it'd be cool to have a YouTube channel, but that does not mean, there's the one, technology comes into play, because is this platform gonna last? What does it mean to me and how I produce videos and stuff like that? My grandma was and some family members are very controlling. I'm not a controlling person. That's why I don't really go I don't push for number of subscribers, that kind of thing. So all of this comes into play, and kind of family history comes into play as to how I make my channel. I think it was just, for me, this is a long way of saying it was not an instant, it was always a yes to making a YouTube channel because I liked it. The bigger question was, is YouTube gonna stick, kind of like, is it around for a decade or more? And back, because I was on the early adaptation side of YouTube, we didn't necessarily know with certainty if it would be around a decade later, and it has been. I made my first channel less than a decade after YouTube was around, because I was like, you know what, anyway, I'm getting distracted. Channel conceptualization, I'd say, as to what to include, it's always been, well, if I made a channel, it'd just be kind of my life, because I'm random like that, and I push back to the only filming one thing. And it's been a comment all, like, even when it comes to letters of recommendation and stuff, like, it'll be, she has a lot of interests. So, and that comes through with the videos that I post. I don't narrow myself down. There are things I've done for like a decade of my life that I haven't even like done a single full video about, kind of thing. It's just, the number one word people have used to describe me throughout my life is random, and my YouTube channel is a bit the same. And so, yeah, I guess that it's just kind of the character it's come to have. And I was like, if I just really, because I've taken videos and photos kind of throughout my life, there were videos that I would take and I'd be like, you know what? I'd take this video, and then after the fact, I'm like, I really like this. This is one I want to put on my YouTube channel. Like, if I said back then that I want it. So that's kind of how I came up with a number of the videos that I posted, or I'll have a topic that I want to discuss and just put it in the back burner, and eventually it comes up and it comes out. So it isn't a, I'm gonna make a video. It's not an instant decision like that. It's very gradual accumulation and release in filming and that kind of thing. Videos and spontaneous videos. I see something that I just absolutely love, and I just take a video of it and post it. So random, spontaneous, with some premeditation as to videos to include, be it like I took this video 5 years ago and I want to include it, kind of thing. Which is, a lot of people might not call it premeditation, but like, it's like, I thought I still have the video to post 5 years later. Like, so in that sense, it kind of was, as opposed to deleting the video. So that's it. I've realized for people who want a more streamlined approach as to how to go about making a channel, that's not going to be satisfying. It's not really about being satisfying. It's about sharing my story. And that was a more, yes, kind of, because I liked to love YouTube from the beginning, and I've been kind of gradual accumulation, and just realizing that I want to make this about my life, and so it's going to be a bit random. It's just, and maybe weird. I also get called weird good. People will specify weird good. So it's random and weird good, maybe. Random, yes, weird good. Sometimes, maybe. So yeah, channel conceptualization. I guess the two other things is I'm not the first to do this. There are a lot of channels kind of like mine. It is different than a lot of the channels that are successful kind of from when they go. So like start going full time. So an example I will include of that for like a field discipline topic that's become extremely well established on YouTube is through hiking. Like, it's very formulaic as to how to be successful in through hiking. Go hike the Pacific Crest Trail and vlog about it. And if you want your 1,000 subscribers before you start hiking the trail, post preparation videos. And it is formulaic like that. And I guess I could have done something like that to jumpstart my channel, but that's just, I don't want to hike 2,650 some miles. No, that doesn't sound like fun to me. At least not at this point in my life. So, yeah, it's just, I was just like, there's some of that stuff that I'm just like, no. So yeah. But that one, and that's an interesting community to watch, because the unpredictable people are actually, oddly enough, the people who don't have 1,000 subscribers and vlog the entire Pacific Crest Trail through hike. And there might be people like that back at the beginning, or before it became established and formulaic as to how to get those number of subscribers and stuff like that. And I guess the other thing that I took into account is, do I want to see my, and I'd say it's maybe the most important question, is do I want to see my channel be successful?